For the Fox 17 Rockin' Review, I'm Eric Dahl. My special guest today, country music royalty, Dolly Parton.
Oh, did you call me royalty?
Yes, you are.
I'm just Dolly to you.
I'll tell you what, Dolly, it's so great to be here with you talking about your new kids album.
Yeah.
And this is the first one you've done, and it releases today. The hard copy does. The digital came out in September.
Well, I'm excited about it, and I've been writing children's songs for years and years and years.
Right.
And I'd written things for Dollywood and for the Imagination Library, but I'd never had a mainstream album. And we do songs up there based on the themes of some of the books.
Right.
And so a lot of these songs are kind of based on that. 7 or 8 or 9 songs. Tom McBride, who we lost just a few months ago. I wish he could have lived long enough to hear these great songs of his. But anyhow, so I kind of use themes that kind of, talk to children, what they go through in their life, and little tools that they'll need to grow.
Well, I think it's so incredible too, Dolly, because I mean, you're so gifted and sharing those gifts and bringing it to the children. But like with Chemo Hero, even, you're addressing things that actually affect children with this album.
Yes, I am. That one's very special to me. That's I thought it was important if I was doing something for children to do something for all the children.
Right.
Little Chemo Hero I wrote years ago when my little niece Hannah Dennison had leukemia, and for years we weren't sure we were going to keep her, and so she's good now.
Right.
She's
Thank
like
goodness.
she's 29 years old now. She's definitely my chemo hero, and she's doing great. But I knew at that time, it was hard. So I wrote songs for her, like "Brave Little Soldier" was
I love
another
that
one.
too.
But that's for children with whatever other diseases or sicknesses or divorce or just things that children go through. It's like, I'm a brave little soldier, and I must be bold and strong. And it's like, it gives confidence because I know I'll win because I'm a soldier.
Well, and I think you even address bullying and everything else within the album.
We do. We have one called "Making Fun Ain't Funny," and so children have to be taught that that's not the thing to do. How would you feel if you're the one that they were laughing at? So I try to tell them all these messages, but in a positive way. None of this stuff is dreadful. It's all done in a positive, teaching way, singable, teach them responsibility. There's a song called Responsibility, and they learn to spell it, in addition to learning what responsibility is and what you need to do and all that. So I tried to use things that kids can relate to, like "I'm a Rainbow," which deals with all their colors and their moods. And all
imagination.
That. Yes, to use your imagination. That goes back to the Imagination Library.
Well, and I love the cover of the album too, with you with a butterfly on it.
Oh,
it's
good.
It's very inspiring. But I think it's a great album for children and families as a whole because they can sing along with them.
Yeah, they're fun songs. They're very positive songs.
Yeah.
I think at this day and time, the world is so dark and hateful. I think we could use a little fun and positivity. But these songs really are singable, and I really think the parents just playing them to their kids or hearing them are going to get as my mama would say, a blessing out of it.
They are. They have a hook. I want to bring up also that with this album, that I Believe in You, it's also going to go. The proceeds will go to your Imagination Library.
Yeah, every dime of it is going back to put more books in the hands of more children.
And that's been going on for 20 years.
Yes, we started this in honor of my dad back in my county, of Sevier County.
Right.
My dad couldn't read and write. He was one of those old-timey country guys that was so smart, but just didn't get a chance to go to school because they lived so far back in the mountains and big families. They had to go to work to help feed the family rather than go to school. So I wanted my dad to help me with this, and he got such joy out of feeling like he was helping me, and he got to live long enough to hear the kids call me the book lady, and it was very touching to him. So he felt like he had done something.
Well, and I think what's amazing too, Dolly, and you always give back, to the community that you're from and everywhere you go. But 100 million books, is that right?
That's right, and that was one of the things that inspired me to go ahead and put this children's album out now, as opposed to some other time. And then the success of the 2 Coat of Many Colors movies, dealt
incredible
with the kids. Thank you. And so it just seemed to be the right time. I've always kind of known when and when not to do, and for years I've wanted to do it, but now it just seemed right.
Well, and you're so smart, Dolly. We were coming over here to talk with you today, to where besides being a multi-instrumentalist, you've written 3,000 songs, incredible singer, and all this stuff. But also, you're a great businesswoman, and I think that's nice to see.
Well, I get my business sense from my dad. Even though he wasn't educated, my daddy was so smart, and he was such a hard worker. And so I got my spiritual creative side from Mama's side of the family. I got my work ethic and my you know, my good old common horse sense from my daddy.
It's a winning
but
combination.
I love the business end of things, and I try to be smart. My daddy always said, "Don't you ever let them people take advantage of you. You're a smart girl." I said, "Yeah," and I learned that from my daddy. So.
Oh, that's so incredible. And I got to tell you, my favorite track on the album, Dolly, is really track 14, to where you read the book.
Oh, the
You
little
read the
colored
story,
mini
yeah.
colors, because I also thought it was important to put that particular song in the album also, and because I made it kid friendly, it's a little simpler, and the kids are singing with me on the choruses. But we also have a new illustrated book that we're giving out through the Imagination Library as a book, and so that's why I read it as a bonus track on.
I just think that's so nice. I
album.
love it that it's in your own voice and it's
Yeah.
your story.
Yeah, well, good.
So, and I also wanted to bring up, the end of this month, the final show with Kenny Rogers.
I know,
you
that's a bittersweet thing.
And I was talking about Kenny, and he was raving about you, saying how much he's looking forward to that show, Dolly.
Yeah, so am I. But like I said, I would be sadder if I thought that'd be the last time I get to sing with Kenny, but I'm sure I'll go over to his house, we'll sing. He'll come to my house, we'll sing. He'll be somewhere on the bus or something, but he's just gonna, I guess, hang it up.
Well, it'll be a great show. We're so glad that
I'm
you're not
looking
hanging it
forward
up.
to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and once
no.
again, Dolly Parton's first children's album coming out today. Be sure and pick up a copy. It's great for the whole family, and we can't wait to see you in concert again,
And it
too.
makes a good Christmas present for grandparents to buy, for their
Which is
grandkids,
right around
aunts,
the
uncles
corner.
to buy, for moms, daddies. And
Oh, you pick up a copy. You're going to
and
love
it
it, the whole
wraps up
family.
pretty in a little package, and it'll be fun for the holidays.
There we go. You're the best, Dolly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rockin' Review.